Yo, YouTubers, what's up? This is Layla. I'm actually live streaming today. Not on my PS4, but none other than my Xbox 360. Yes, and what I'm going to show you is Dark Souls 2. As soon as I can mount everything up on here, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, I'm going to see if I can do it this way with at least some kind of holdage on my phone. And I'm going to show you the Xbox 360 back the old days. As you know, yes, this is the Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, which is going to be really interesting. I haven't really filmed anything live like this in, my old 360. I'll show you where I'm at. Try not to go too far, but I'm going to show you exactly how old, some of you remember Dark Souls 2 versus Dark Souls 3. I'm going to show you what I did on my night, which, yes, I have actually done it. Several tries on the Fume Night. Pull up on my hard drive and try to get the camera a little bit more positioned for you. Of course, I have actually played this offline on numerous times, numerous occasions. Now, level 512 Dragon Shrine. Yes, I've actually beaten the game. The interesting part is I could do a new game plus on it, but I've already done like 6 playthroughs already. If I want, I could do a journey of 7. Okay. Now, as you can tell, this is what I have. The Fume Knight Ultra Great Sword, the crown. Like right here, I have the old Iron King crown, which is a +5. The Sedora robe, but I can actually use the Fume Knight Rime sword, or Rime armor. Yeah, my knight's actually a Pyro Knight. But if I go to the bottom, Rime's armor, which I have the Smelter Demon, there's Valstit's armor +5. Generally, I would actually use Rime's armor, which is a +5. Then, for me, I would end up using his gauntlets, which are probably going to be on the bottom. Go figure my luck. The +5 gauntlets, the cat leggings, the feline boots. I also have Rime's leggings, which is a +5. And there you have it. My Fume Iron Queen. I would never use the Valstit armor. I have the Dragon Shield, which I don't really need to use. I got the Chime of Want. With equip, I have my Pyromancy hand. And that sound that you're hearing is actually, the funny thing is, there was no stats on the helmet, but it actually revitalizes your kind of like your abilities and stuff. What I've been doing was XP farming, so I'm using the +2 Covetous Ring with the Soul Ring Protection, which I like better than I do in the third one. I have the Ring of Soul Protection 2, and the Ring of Blade +1. Of course, Rime's armor +5, Crown of the Old Iron King +5, and of course the Pyromancy Flame. There's really not a whole lot, except I just have the Bow of Want, which I've been doing I was doing a lot of farm XPing. for this particular reason. But unfortunately, I don't use, I'm not fat rolling or anything, at least I don't think I am. But this is the outfit of Rhyme. And I do have the helmet, but I normally don't use the helmet. Within its own reasons and accord. Now for my stat, well, 60 for faith is 33, or faith is 50, intelligence 33, strength and dex, everything else is pretty much to where it should be. Haven't really done very much since then, but I have it's like a mage knight, so it's nothing very important. Like I said, you get to hear that noise again, which is actually from the old Iron King crown. Now, be as it may, yes, I've beaten this game in the past on several times. Never did the all ending. I would have, but I didn't. Now, if I want to travel, I go back to Majula. First bonfire, which is a bonfire 9. Which I happen to like. Dark Souls 2. Better than I do 3. 3 kind of got boring. Figured I'd kind of come on here and show you. Now everybody remembers the Firekeeper. Then you had this girl right here, who gave you some really good amount of stones, like the Twinkling Titanite, Petrified Dragon Bones, and stuff like that. Then if you had an intelligence of 10, then you were able to get this guy here, which is Carillion, which he was pretty cool. The Pyromancer, from when you first unpetrify her. Of course, when I first started, my death toll was pretty high, so I'll show you what it was. 784 deaths worldwide, only because fighting the Fume Knight several times before I finally got the sword. In this version, there was no... there was really no, whatchamacallit, I can't remember now. And then, of course, everybody remembers her. If you spend an X amount, you got the covetous ring. I also, everybody remembers Gillian. In quick reference of Dark Souls 3, he's actually dead in the Profane Capital. And of course, the whole line down the list, which, everybody remembers him. Which really isn't, too bad. Just, And, well, if you want to know what I have in my inventory, well, this is like what I've collected. Possessed by the Giant. But I had other ones, which I think I kind of used. I just don't remember. If I did, it might be in my bonfire. But I'll show you what journey I did end at. Just, some of you people who think I was a veteran in, or a newbie in Dark Souls 3. Well, I was actually on my 5th journey of Drangleic. I stopped doing it after a while because it got repetitive and boring, and plus I have what I need. My attunement spells, which I have mostly all faith in Miracle, Pyromancy, which makes this my knight character a mage knight, which I know some of the soul veterans would look down at that, but the truth of the matter is, it was worth it. Of course, up there you had your Covenant, but you joined up. I do have this armor set too, which I find a little bit better than I do in the third one. These are from, the house skin is from the DLC. That was from Captain Drummond. There was another item I had. Oh, the Dragon Torso. That's what it was. In order for me to use it, the problem I had with the Dragon Torso was, well, Bonfire Statics, which I had 4 of those. The stone itself is in here somewhere. Yes, I know I collected a lot of stuff over the time being. But what I love about this particular setup, because in Dark Souls 3, I can't use it, but in here I can. So if I go and I use it, that just takes care of that. And if I do this again, there you go. And here's the fire, which is really cool. I always found it very interesting, but I could never use the dragon armor, covenant item. But, you know, the one thing that's good though, if you died, you were able to, do such thing. In here, I believe I killed the woman. But killing her after didn't really help a whole hell of a lot. There was other items too. Somewhere in it, like I got Wrath of Gods was one of them. The Chimawant I use only for, like, if I was doing miracle casting, which I actually made this character for that particular reason. I do have the Scythe of Want, which is another fun little trinket. If I take that out and I just use that rather than this. Now I have the complete 2 different pyromancy hands. The Scythe of Want itself is going to be right here, which I always found like a really... Now if you see how like slow moving and stuff, I mean, that's the block obviously. The Scythe of Want nowadays in Dark Souls 2 looks kind of hulky, but, you know, back then in the day when you beat the game, it was kind of cool to have. Normally I don't use the Scythe of Want, I just normally use... I actually been using the Pursuer Sword a lot, but now that, you know, if I do another new game, and hopefully I can just begin onward. Now I have that, the butcher's knife, but not very good. Curved great sword. I never really ran with the Fume Ultra Great Sword for a lot of my own reasons, but I am gonna die over here, so I don't worry about it. Well, we all know it breaks. Not worried about it, but it saves me the trouble of like doing anything else. Which sometimes like beating the game itself is never a fun thing. I can't bring the screen back any closer, only because there was some things in it. Now of course that I died, I can actually go back and repair it, and
I knew you'd be around soon. Show me what you've got.
I actually like the graphics better on this than I do Dark Souls 3, and that's just my opinion. However, there's other people who may have a different opinion on it. I'll fix all these. But other than that,
If you make it back,
there's not really a whole lot I can do. Rather than trying to be fun, which never really works. Got the Hexer's Hood, which I don't have to use. I don't intend to do anything else other than that. I actually haven't really fought any more bosses with this character. I've only done several playthroughs. Of course, you know, not really being a Dark Souls rookie, as some people might want to put it. But, you know, not being a Dark Souls rookie is kind of fun. My health is where it is. Pretty much everything else is here. But, that's my female character. And with the Rhyme Sword, which you cannot buff. And this is one thing I like about the Rhyme Sword is it was actually an uber powerful weapon. I've never used it like in actual boss fights. If I was going to do a new game, I can actually do that if I choose to. However, it was a pain in the ass to beat the game. And then I have the Avalon, which dropped off of a mob. Got the Witch's Black Staff. Got the Staff of Wisdom. Chamalot +5. Using that and invoking everything is kind of like one of the coolest things you can ever do. I would never use a shield. Not for the next playthrough. But what's cool is that if you look at the swing attacks on this, you actually do a lot. I normally, in this game, I always had the NPCs help me in certain areas. Other than that, not in every area or every aspect. I've joined almost every covenant. Token of Fidelity. It's kind of a little different. Unfortunately, the Token of Fidelity is kind of not what you want to really adhere. Got pine resin, I got like all this other fun stuff. Which I'm still trying to figure out how to get rid of those. Which I think you can, I just don't know how. I have almost all the miracles. Except one I don't have, which I should get, but it won't let me. And I'll show you why. If I go to Tower Hades of Flame... Oh, in case you're wondering why that's black, that's the... Undead Purgatory Huntsman's Cop. Everything else was kind of done except for the... Oh, that's the DLC. There's other maps I haven't done, so... We'll go here. And if I want, I can run a brief, throw on how I was able to beat the Dragon Slayer. Now, the funny thing is, I don't normally do this. But, you know, some of you people want to see me fight somebody on here, so before I do that, Simpleton's Ring, Dexterity, Baneful, Crystal Rat, Bellkeeper, Sun Seal, Heirs of the Sun, then we have the Ring of Death, which kind of obviously doesn't help, Hawk Ring, Dexterity, Ring of Binding, Restoration, I would have to show you the actual fight. Now, if I do this, it's not going to be very much for a fight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably think about resting at the bonfire, but I may not, so. And that's my phone, obviously doing what it needs to do. Oh, here it is, Tower of Blue. I was at the wrong location. I've always found this game very interesting. Yes, I know it's my Xbox 360, but it does what it does. And to offer a token of fidelity, you have to present it, I guess. These are online items, which is for like online Blue Sentinel matches. Which means for me to like even remotely offer a thing from the Blue Sentinels, I would have to go to him.
Proud knight, you may come to me, Targray, for help.
See, now I can't really offer him anything. I can't offer a token of fidelity, which is kind of sad, really.
Proud knight, aim high in all things. We knights must protect the apostles of blue. Go and be proud.
Well, we all know what that means. Go and be proud. Well, surprise, surprise. Now, with all this being said, yes, I know some of you remember Ornstein. I was too lazy to even pick some of this stuff up during the last time I was over here. Of course, the bag was full. So yeah, this was what it was, you know. As you can tell, you know, nothing really presentable, nothing good. Just gives me back my restored health and everything else. Or, not health, but my abilities. And, of course, there's nothing here to present, so. Now, the other thing I found out when you go into these areas, it was just a little different. Nothing too much. Just going around looking. You know, just kind of like taking a look back at what I can do and can't do. I mean, more than so, I can always go to the Iron Keep. And, as a matter of fact, let me see which one it was, because I don't remember. I just don't remember which one it was. Looks like it was the idol. Though I think, with all this being said, I don't think I would do the new DLC. But I think it's kind of funny, you know, when you fight the I mean, this is kind of like a trip to memory lane. You know, some of you people may remember the fact that this is like one of the awesome things about it. Well, I was so much in a hurry in the game, I didn't really bother with everything else. Yeah, I actually have the full Rhyme armor, but whoever remembers this platform back in the day, the old Iron King. And of course here this had to do with the other stuff with the DLC, which if you kind of went back during this whole time, before the DLC was even released, this was nothing but a big empty room. This was just added in. Now if I choose to do this, I can go to either one. But this one would take me to the Iron Keep itself, and we would have that nothing but. Now here we are. To what some of you remember. Yes, these are all the different graves, the different things here that most people will be like, okay, so this is different everything. Had I gone to the Shrine of Winter, no, that'd be a little different. So with all these different signs and all these different things, you don't have very much of anything. Now I can open this door and start up the DLC, however, this is something I have already done. So, I don't really need to open it if I choose not to. But, figured I'd give you guys a bit of a memory lane tour of what things were like. But then again, I can show you what this looks like. Which I've already done. I'll give you a brief tour, but not by much. Feel bad for these, like, lowly travelers. An idol of Nadalia. You can definitely tell what happened over here. Just taking it nice and steady on the chain. Which I know already how to do this, so... Some of you are wondering whose ass am I gonna kick. Well, I haven't decided that yet. It'll be a long time. Which means I can't do anything until I've done just that. No, I can't use any of these. The sunlight blade I can't use. There's a great heal. Yeah, this is all different than what it was. So if I'm going to do that, I have to go and equip the Chime of Want, which really isn't that bad. I know this is probably going to knock me. Now, those who remember this know it all too well. Do I miss doing all this? Not really. I don't miss any of this shit. And that ends it. And this is one of the reasons why I never really liked doing the DLC. First time was enough for me, and that was pretty much it. Yes, I know the mechanics are really crappy, really slow, but would I do it again? Nah. For what reason? Because I proved the point that I actually got through it. Yes, all the rings, all the same rings, duplicates. Nothing of the important. Just nothing really too fancy. But would never do this DLC ever again. It was a pain in the ass just to accomplish it. The first time around, I have the armor, I got the sword, I got the crown. Why do it? You know, like 40 minutes on a video doing this is not an issue for me. I generally don't tend to do this very often, but it is what it is, and I have no regrets on it anymore. But as you know, that's pretty much is what ends it now for me with this video. Oops, and I'm hitting the wrong button. But I will say is this. Is that, you know, I like to give a joy out, you know, to my fellow subscribers. A few other things here, like, you know, a righty ho, you know, thank you my subscribers for subscribing to my channel, and hopefully, you know, there's gonna be more, maybe more retro games, like Diablo 3, which I've actually beaten on here too. And let's see. Well, I think that'd be a little too much, which is a mockery, but I won't do that. But, anyways, I'm out, and hopefully you liked the video. Just bringing back some old memorabilia for those who actually played Dark Souls 2 back in the day. And of course, you know, Linguist, who's actually hammering away over there with pelling his frustrations out because his daughter ran off. Anywho, alright, my fellow Dark Souls fans and beginners alike, and people who've also been there. This is it for me, and I know I'm delaying the inevitable, but it is what it is. Anyways, till next time, take care, and like, subscribe, and if you want, you can leave a comment in the section below, and I will be broadcasting again. Sorry about the short videos in the past, you know, the other day, actually. Things were just coming up. So, looking forward to the next video, and I will see you then. Bye for now.